Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now in today's video I'm going to be discussing how the hero system in Star Wars Battlefront 2 could change. Now this is in light of Dennis Brownville's tweets last week with regards to potential options that they could actually change. So this is just me offering some feedback and getting you guys involved in the discussion. Now I put a lot of work into this video and I'd love to hear what you have to say about the current hero system and the systems I'm about to mention. And if you could share the video around as well, that would honestly mean the world to me. I put a lot of work into this, as I said, and I'd love to get as many of you guys in the conversation as possible. So if you are new around here, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Firstly, I'd just like to say that I think the current system is fine, really. I don't think it really needs to be changed, but one of Dennis's ideas, for me, would actually be a lot better than what we have at the moment. So overall, there were two core ideas that Dennis spoke about on the Reddit post last week. The first of which is that every 2 minutes a new wave of heroes would spawn in. This means that the game starts and after 2 minutes 3 heroes and 3 villains will spawn into the game. These will be the top 3 players on both sides, providing they have all the battle points required. They will then play the hero for a maximum of 2 minutes, and I assume when you die, so you can't spawn back within that 2-minute period. So once the 2 minutes are up, you will then despawn, and the next top 3 players on your team will then spawn in as heroes. And again, they will have 2 minutes to play as that hero they chose, and this cycle will last for the duration of the game. So the main benefit to this is that the chances of playing a hero in a game greatly increases for all players. However, you don't get particularly long, and of course, playing as a hero is one of Battlefront's greatest experiences, and limiting it to basically 2 minutes and probably just 2 minutes per game would be incredibly frustrating, especially those who are very keen kill streakers or just trying to go for that long life, or just even to try and get their first 50 plus kill streak, for example. So there isn't really anything else I'd really want to say about this, to be honest, but I just straight up don't really like this idea at all. Yes, it rewards more players as playing as heroes, but I just feel like it really takes away the thrill and reward of having a long life or a kill streak. This next idea, however, is so much better than the previous one, and with some adjustments as well, I really feel like it could be the best possible system for the game. So the way this works is that you choose a hero at the start of the game that you want to queue for. The first person to reach 4,000 battle points will then see a pop-up for this hero, and they will be able to use them. It's also worth noting as well that there will be 2 to 3 heroes available per side at any point in the game. But once you die, the player with the most battle points will then have a pop-up saying that they can either play as the hero you just played as, if they queued up for that hero, or if they queued for a different hero that isn't currently spawned in the game yet, then they will go and be able to play as that hero. So this system also allows you to play as a hero for as long as you want, not just the 2 minutes maximum like the other one. As Dennis says though, the downside of this system is that heroes will have longer queues than others perhaps, like Anakin will have a longer queue than Chewie, so you could end up waiting an entire game to be able to play as your desired hero, which of course can be very frustrating, and it can also be difficult to say who's next in line for the queue. Now, I really like this idea, and I have a few suggestions on how it can be improved as well, so stick around and let me know what you guys think of these suggestions in the comments, and offer up any other suggestions you may have for this. So instead of just queuing up for one hero at the start of the game, you'd actually choose 3 heroes you want to queue for. This obviously then greatly increases your chances of becoming a hero during the match, and it also reduces the possibility of frustration therefore. Now, with regards to the whole who's next in line for the queue, I feel like they should implement it in such a way that at the start of each round you choose the 3 heroes you want to play as I said, and then when you reach 4,000 battle points, that's when you enter the queuing system. For example, if I was the first person to reach 4,000 battle points, then it would bring me a pop-up that to say I can play as a hero. Let's say I choose yes. So for the next, let's say 3 people who want to play as Anakin, once they reach the 4,000 battle points threshold, whoever out of those 3 people got there first would be in position 1, the next person would be in position 2, and of course the third person will be in position 3. However, they may well choose to play as another hero that they've queued for if they became available quicker. So let's say if the person for Anakin is in position 3, but they may be in position like 1 for Yoda. If Yoda becomes available, then boom, they're going to go and play as Yoda perhaps. Now, I suppose a big question would be, well, what happens if one of the heroes die, but 4 people, for example, have enough battle points and they want to play as a different hero to anyone who just died, and they are not currently on the field. So let's say Yoda again is not currently being played, but like 4 people have been queued up for it. Well, the best way to tackle this for me perhaps would be that, like I just mentioned, give the opportunity to the player who has got 4,000 battle points threshold first out of anyone. So obviously the next person in the queue for this hero you may have just played could have got there first. So if I played it to Anakin and I just died, the next person could very well have also queued for Anakin, so they may get there first. But obviously if there are 3 other heroes on the field as well, so Anakin, Obi-Wan and Chewie for example, then let's say any of those people who queued for Yoda will then have a better chance of playing, because if Chewie died, then perhaps someone who wants to play as Yoda will then be able to play, and so on. So the final part of this system I feel like really is with the whole ability to change heroes mid-game. The main way this would affect the queues is if you have over 4k battle points. If this is the case, then you will automatically be put to the back of that queue, but not necessarily all the way to the back. This is because many people may not have actually got 4,000 battle points they need yet, so the wait time won't necessarily be a long time. Let's say you just played as Obi-Wan, but now you want to play as Anakin. Well, let's say at the beginning of the game you didn't queue for Anakin, but you have changed to now, but 6 other people did. If when you change to him in the game and 2 people still haven't reached the 4,000 battle points, then you'll be placed in position 5 of the queue, and this is assuming that no one is currently playing as Anakin. So there would already be 4 people in the queue ready to play as Anakin, and 2 people who are still trying to get to the threshold. But if you've actually got that threshold, then you would be in position 5. However, if all 6 players have the 4,000 battle points before you go and choose to queue up as Anakin, you'll be at the back in position 7. Now this menu pop-up system as a whole I feel like will reduce spawn screen camping as well, because that is always a problem in the game, especially when a new hero releases. Of course the downside to this is that it won't particularly change the long waits for a new hero, because if we got, let's say, Ahsoka, obviously a big fan favourite, then everyone will likely be queuing for her, or the vast majority of people. That being said, if people really are desperate to wait for Ahsoka, it may well open the chances more to other players to play as heroes who they may not usually do so. Now this is because we could have 8 or 9 people queuing to play as Ahsoka, and of course they just want to play as Ahsoka, the new hero, so they're not going to really worry about playing as, let's say, Anakin or Obi-Wan. So of course, if you're also queuing up for Ahsoka, but you're in maybe position 9, then you could have been in position 1 for Obi-Wan, then you'll probably want to go and play as Obi-Wan, just so that you can actually get some hero gameplay experiences at that point. But also the fact that there's the whole pop-up system as well, no one's going to be in the spawns just camping to be able to play as a hero, which obviously in terms of the overall objective play and team play in the game, it's just a lot better. If DICE could implement that, then I feel as though it would be a much more rewarding experience for pretty much all players as well, especially who have reached that 4,000 battle points goal. And this system would also benefit all players, because each player will have lost 4,000 battle points once they have played their hero, and obviously will very likely be sent to the back of the queue, which allows lower tabled players to be able to chance as playing a hero, of course. So it also means that the skilled players will, get to play as a hero first, like they kind of would expect to anyway. But then obviously the lower end players will then be able to go and play as a hero. So it benefits all players in that sense, really, which I feel like is definitely something worth noting. Now, obviously not everyone will be able to play as a hero every game, but I feel as though this system would genuinely benefit everyone, as it makes it fairer and for many a more rewarding experience. That's pretty much all I have to say about these potential hero systems though. The first one I didn't really like, however this second one, however complicated I made it sound, I hope you managed to get the general idea. I personally would very much like to see this second idea actually come to the game with a few adjustments that I mentioned. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.